Imagine a food so inflammatory. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire of your body's immune response. This is not just a metaphor, but a harsh reality many of us are living without even realizing it. Inflammation, in its basic sense, is a good thing. It's the body's natural defense mechanism against injuries or infections, a way for our bodies to heal and protect itself. But what happens when this protective shield is constantly activated, you ask? This is where the concept of systemic inflammation comes into play. Systemic inflammation is a prolonged, persistent inflammation that can affect your entire body, leading to a host of health issues, from heart disease to diabetes. Now imagine certain foods acting as catalysts, exacerbating this inflammatory response. Sounds scary, right? So what's this food that's such an inflammation bomb? Buckle up, because we're about to reveal the world's most inflammatory food. The #1 most inflammatory food in the world is sugar. Yes, you heard it right, sugar. It's not just about those sugary treats we all love to indulge in from time to time. It's also about the hidden sugar lurking in everyday foods that we might not even consider sweet. Sugar is everywhere, a silent infiltrator in our diets. It's in the obvious places: candies, cakes, sodas, and those sweetened lattes we can't resist. But it's also in places you wouldn't expect. Did you know that a lot of bread has added sugar? Or that pasta sauce can contain as much sugar as a candy bar? It's true. Sugar has become so pervasive in our food system that it's almost impossible to avoid. Now, let's talk about the impact of sugar on our bodies. There is a growing body of research that points to sugar as a major contributor to inflammation. Inflammation, as you might already know, is at the root of many chronic diseases. From heart disease to diabetes, arthritis to Alzheimer's, the list goes on. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association found that individuals who got 17 to 21% of their calories from added sugar had a 38% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular disease. Another study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that sugar-sweetened beverages are linked to increased inflammatory markers. These are just a few examples from a mountain of research indicating the harmful effects of sugar. It paints a rather grim picture, doesn't it? But don't lose hope just yet. There are ways to combat sugar's inflammatory effects, which we'll discuss later in this video. So we know sugar is bad, but why is it the worst? Let's dive into the science. Before continuing, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with relatives for more daily videos and to grow the community as well. Sugar isn't just sweet, it's a master of disguise, hiding in our foods and wreaking havoc in our bodies. Now let's take a step deeper into the science behind how sugar triggers inflammation. When you consume sugar, your body breaks it down into glucose, which is then used by your cells for energy. The glucose triggers your pancreas to release insulin, a hormone that helps glucose get into the cells. But here's where the problem lies. When you consistently consume high levels of sugar, your body's insulin response can go haywire. Your cells might start to resist insulin, forcing your pancreas to pump out even more of it. This buildup of insulin in your blood is what we call hyperinsulinemia. Hyperinsulinemia can lead to a cascade of issues, one of them being inflammation. You see, insulin is not just a glucose regulator, it also has pro-inflammatory effects. When there's an excess of insulin in your body, it can stimulate your immune cells to release chemicals known as cytokines. These cytokines can trigger inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation is not the kind that helps you heal from a wound or fight off an infection. Rather, it's a chronic, low-grade inflammation that can persist for a long period, often without any noticeable symptoms. Over time, this silent inflammation can contribute to a host of health problems, including heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. Now you might be thinking, but I don't eat that much sugar. The truth is, sugar is often hidden in foods you wouldn't expect, like bread, pasta, and even salad dressings. So even if you're not reaching for the candy jar, you might still be consuming more sugar than you realize. Sounds scary? Fortunately, there are ways to reduce our sugar intake and fight inflammation. And that's what we're going to delve into next. Stay tuned as we explore strategies to combat the inflammatory effects of sugar. Reducing sugar doesn't mean eliminating sweetness from your life. There are plenty of alternatives out there. And today, we're going to explore some of those alternatives, which not only satisfy your sweet tooth, but also help combat the inflammatory effects of sugar. First up is stevia. Derived from the leaves of the Stevia rebaudiana plant, this sweetener is a zero-calorie substitute for sugar. It's up to 200 times sweeter than sugar, so a little goes a long way. But what's more appealing about stevia is its potential health benefits. It's not just a sugar substitute. It's a health-enhancing sweetener that can help lower blood pressure and blood sugar levels. Next in line is monk fruit. This small, round fruit, also known as luo han guo, is native to southern China and northern Thailand. The sweetener made from it is around 200 times sweeter than sugar. But again, monk fruit is more than just a sugar alternative. It contains powerful antioxidants known as mogrosides, which can help reduce inflammation and even potentially fight cancer. And then we have erythritol. This sugar alcohol is naturally found in certain fruits, but it's often made from fermented corn or wheat starch. It has about 70% of the sweetness of sugar, with virtually no calories. And unlike other sugar alcohols, it doesn't cause digestive issues. Plus, erythritol doesn't spike your blood sugar or insulin levels, making it a great choice for people with diabetes. But remember, while these sugar substitutes can help reduce inflammation and offer other health benefits, they are just one piece of the puzzle. It's equally important to maintain a balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Regular physical activity, adequate sleep, and stress management also play crucial roles in fighting inflammation. Remember, it's not just about cutting sugar. It's about making healthier choices in all aspects of your diet. So let's make those choices today for a healthier, happier, and sweeter without sugar tomorrow. Sugar is everywhere, but knowing is half the battle. We've navigated the labyrinth of facts and figures, dissected the science, and unraveled the hidden truths about this sweet foe. Sugar, the most inflammatory food in the world, is an omnipresent part of our daily diet, stealthily wreaking havoc on our health. Let's jog our memories a bit. We've learned that sugar, especially the refined variety, triggers a series of biochemical reactions in our bodies, leading to inflammation. This inflammation isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a silent, chronic condition that paves the way for numerous health ailments, from cardiovascular diseases to diabetes, from arthritis to autoimmune disorders. It's not an overstatement to say that sugar, by provoking inflammation, is a significant contributor to the global burden of disease. But we've also discovered that we're not powerless in this fight. We've explored the myriad ways to combat sugar's inflammatory effects. Substituting refined sugars with natural alternatives, incorporating anti-inflammatory foods into our meals, engaging in regular physical activity, and maintaining a healthy sleep pattern are all effective strategies in our arsenal. So where do we go from here? The journey towards a healthier life begins with small, consistent changes. Consider reducing your sugar intake, 1 spoon at a time. Swap that soda for a glass of water, that candy bar for a piece of fruit. It might seem challenging at first, but remember, every step you take today is a step towards a healthier tomorrow. We can't fight this battle alone. It's time to rally the troops. Share this video with your friends, your family, and anyone who could benefit from this information. Let's spread the word about sugar, the world's most inflammatory food, and its detrimental effects on our health. The fight against inflammation is a collective effort. It's time to make a change, not just for ourselves, but for the health of our communities, our nations, and our world. Spread the word about the world's most inflammatory food. Share this video with someone who could benefit from this information. Together, we can fight inflammation and lead healthier lives.